Hello, everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to export a data table or any kind of data frame as a CSV file from R. So I'm going to show you the folder where I imported my file. Right now, I'm going to keep all of my data files in this folder called R data that's on my desktop. So the first thing I need to do is change the work directory to point towards, so change the path so that the directory actually points to this, the location of this folder. Once I do that, I can do all kinds of data analysis, whatever I need to do. Let's say I want to export let's say a data frame out, and I want it to appear in this folder. Okay, then let's start with that example. Okay, so let me go into R here. So this is, there's a small script here. You can refer to my importing data video to kind of show you how the first part of the script here. Basically, I kind of run it with you here. Right now, I'm setting the work directory so that it's, I'm setting a work directory. If I were just to do get WD, right now it's pointing to a different path, or the directory is pointing at folder and desktop. So right now I've already changed my work directory to that R data folder already when I do the set WD command. Okay, when I do list files, this is the data or the CSV file, the flat file that I read in here. So I import this data in, okay, and it's it's some kind of online sales data. It's got 541,000 rows. Okay, let's say I'm going to do some kind of processing. Okay, so I'm going to do some work on this. Okay, so I'm going to change. Let's say I want to, if you look at this data, you can look at the structure of this data. There's a country column. It looks like it's got different countries listed there. So I'm going to turn that into a factor. Okay, and then you can see all of the different countries. Now summarize this data based on the countries. So that's what I'm doing with this line here. So I'm just summarizing it, grouping it by the country, and then adding up the total price and adding up the total quantity. Again, it's this whole, the actual, output here is meaningless here. I'm just kind of doing some kind of, random operations here, just so that I can get some kind of data frame that I can export out. So now df.summary, okay, that in itself is also a data frame, right? So df.summary, if I look at the structure of it, that's also a data frame, right? Okay, so let's look at the top lines here. Oops. Go to a new keyboard here. So it lists out the countries and the total and quantity columns, right? I can also click on it and it's got some result here, right? Again, the result itself is meaningless here. I just kind of did some random operations here. The key thing here is that I want to now export this out, okay? I want to export this out to a specific location. And let's say right now I want to export it out to the same folder that I imported in, okay? Then the only thing I have to do then is use a write.csv command. And then the first argument in this function is the name of the object here. So in our case, it's df.summary. That's the table we're trying to output, okay, export out, okay, comma, and the second argument here is the name of the file, okay? Or actually, it's actually the directory and the name of the file, okay? So I'm gonna name this as summary, let's call it country_summary, okay, .csv. So if I run this line, because my work directory right now, it's set as this R data folder, if I write it out, then this new file now is going to appear in that same folder. So let's go and check and see if that's indeed what happens. Okay, so let's go over here. Okay, and then let's look at the R data folder. And as we expected, the country summary file is there. Okay, and it's outputted here. Okay, so let's say though I have a different folder, right? So let's say I'm just going to create a folder. I don't know, tables. I'll call it, there's a folder inside our data called tables. Okay, so actually I want the output to come out in this folder. Okay, then what I need to do, go back to R here. Okay, so instead of writing it out to country underscore summary, okay, I'm gonna do write.csv, name of the object or the table, or the data frame. And here I'm gonna do dot backslash. So this is the relative path. And then the folder was called table, and then backslash country summary.csv. What you're really doing when you're doing this is telling R, okay, I want you to export this object, which is my data frame, into the CSV file called country summary, but add a path based on my, it's actually doing, no, let me just write it out this way, get WD, so you can read it out. And let me just copy it. I want to save myself from typing here, so you can kind of see. Oops, let's see here. I forgot to put the parentheses there. So it's actually doing this command here, okay? And it's down here. Okay, it's writing out this directory. Okay, that's what it's doing. Okay, so that's, let me get rid of that. Okay, so now let's run that line. Oops, no such file directory. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, I'm sorry. So I need to add in the directory, right? Sorry, I misspelled. Yeah, I think it's tables, right? Let's try that again. Okay, so I think it worked. So again, this period here is relative reference, right? So that means from my current work directory, go to the tables folder, and then create a write onto the CSV file, country summary. Okay, so let's go and check and make sure it worked correctly. Let me go out here. Let's see. Oh, that's tables. Yes, indeed, it's now in the tables folder. Okay. Okay, so this was a short video on how to export a data frame, out from R. So hopefully this is helpful. And if you have any questions on some of the other topics, make sure you check out some of the other videos. Take care. Bye.